Yeah, just that time of year again, and really, really excited to coach this group. We have a lot of questions to answer, from last year's team, losing Callie as the player of the year, and, Kennedy and Madison Chitty. But that's every year in our program, right? It seems like we're replacing some really, really talented players. And this team does not lack for talent. We are a really, really talented group. We benefited greatly from, the majority of our freshman class enrolling early, which really, really helped in their development. And we like our team. It's just how quick can we grow up together, and that's the journey that starts today.
We said here last year, you kind of pounded the desk, so to speak, and said, this team's got a chance to be really special by the end of the year. We're proven to be right. Where is that level of confidence for this team?
Gosh, almost, to be honest, it's even higher. My level of belief in this group. The question is going to be, because we have such a young core, this young core of players that we have is as talented as any kids that have ever come through this program, and I don't say that lightly because we've had some awfully good ones. To me, this season is going to be about, I know what this young core is going to grow into. My challenge is to let's do it in time for their senior year, okay? Because we are going to be relying on a lot of young players, but they're young and really, really gifted players, and so. I just want to do it right now. I know, next year's team, the team the year after, if we can hold that nucleus together, is going to be incredible. Certainly a national, back on the national stage caliber team, and this year's team has that ability too, if we can grow up that fast, because we are going to throw freshmen out there. We're going to throw sophomores out there that have 1 year of experience, and they got to grow up quickly together, and we've worked really hard to put that challenge in front of them. And I love who they are, and I believe that we can get there. It's just a matter of how long it takes.
Coach, it feels like last year when we were coming in talking about that schedule, it was a bit of a gauntlet. Not conference. Not to say you took it a little bit easier, but it's not the same schedule to prepare.
Right.
You feel more confident about it going into this year?
Yeah, this schedule, if you dig into the schedule that we have in front of us this year, this schedule doesn't have as many Power 5 presences as it did, but it's a better schedule. If you lay last year's schedule beside this one and you look at RPIs of the teams from last year to this year, this is a far more consistently difficult schedule, far more consistently difficult. Last year we had this group of 6 or 7 Power 5s that were all kind of grouped together, and we kind of went through that gauntlet together, but we also had some matches that weren't as, good RPI-wise. This year, it's relentless in terms of one really good team after the next, and, you may not have an Illinois out of the Big Ten, but you have a Loyola of Chicago who was an NCAA tournament team last year that has an higher RPI, and it's that kind of a schedule where I think we have this schedule is mid-major greatness. This schedule is literally most of the elite mid-major programs in the country, and that should really feed our RPI as we go along, if we have success with it. And so, like I said, we still have some Power 5 presence. We're going to Louisville, which will be incredibly exciting. We've got Vanderbilt coming in here in their inaugural season, who they're going to be terrific. Indiana's on our schedule. We still have that, but if you dig into the RPIs of the teams we're playing, even in the opening weekend, against, who is it, Drake and, help me out, Katie, do you know? Anybody else know Drake?
Our first weekend,
Wright State, Drake, and Loyola of Chicago. Yeah. Those are 3 elite level mid-major programs, and so we're going to be put to the test.
But you mentioned that, but you're at home. Was there almost a conscientious effort with this kind of younger core to allow them to get their feet wet here?
No. I actually would rather be on the road to start the season every year. I don't like starting at home. Personally, I like to just get out on the road together. I think it's good to spend time together out on the road early to build chemistry and do all those kinds of things. It's just the way the schedule fell together. You know, when we were trying to, traditionally, you know, host third and fourth weekend, you know, and I would love to have done that again, but when we started putting the schedule together, all of a sudden in this opening weekend, we had a chance to get a top 50 Wright State team, a top 50 Drake team, a top 50 Loyola team, all to come to our building in that opening weekend, and that was too good to pass up, and so we shifted one of our weekends, and so no, I don't really get too much into. It'll be great to be at home, but you know, you got to win everywhere to do the things that we do, and so it doesn't really bother me too much. You know, whether we're playing at home or on the road or what kind of environment or whatever the case may be, it's like you can't be good at one of those things and have the kind of year that we try to put together every year.
We'll get to the players now. Callie, for you, career year last year, center of the year, just phenomenal. Now you're in your senior year. Talk about how excited you are, along with the rest of the senior group, to get this year going.
I'm so excited. I mean, me, Abby, Callahan, I feel like we've been here. I mean, I've definitely been here like 10 years, but we've been here a while together, and it's really exciting, kind of sad, but I think that just motivates us to pour all we can into this group, and we're going to leave it all out there for each other, and we just want the best for this season, and we're just so excited to be able to lead by example and, you know, be there for the team.
Olivia, you're such a presence last year. How do you follow that up, and what do you think you've learned from last year that's going to help you?
I think I could follow that up just by being more consistent, like every day, and just building upon the success that I had last year, and then just using my teammates as support and having Callie in the gym as an extra set of eyes. Just her being around will definitely be a big help.
And I'll tell you, you know, this is the opening press conference, and you're looking for what those storylines will be, what will be different about Western volleyball this year than last year. And there's no kid in our program that's taken a bigger jump than this one over the last 6 months. She had an incredible freshman year, was freshman of the year in our league. Honestly, sitting here last year, we were just talking about it, sitting here last year, we didn't even know if she'd be in our lineup. And, you know, but she just worked and worked and worked and consistently got better. And then this spring, I think Liv looked around and saw that even though she's only a sophomore, we are so there's so much youth throughout our program that we were going to have some people grow up quickly, and she has accepted that challenge. Don't you think, Callie? Really,
Yeah.
you know what Callie Bauer is going to bring to you. You know what Abby Schaefer is going to bring to you. You know these kids that have been through the wars are going to take that step. But you know, as I told Liv, I'd love to wait till she was. We had a very direct conversation, she and I said, I'd love to wait till you're a junior or a senior to make that step, but you're not going to be afforded that opportunity. We need you to get outside of yourself and do some uncomfortable things, and she has more than met that challenge. She had a terrific spring for us, and I think is poised to have a really big sophomore year.
Kelly, as the center that kind of the offense runs through you, how have you seen the mix of the new compared to the experience? How have you kind of seen it come together so far in camp, and what are your expectations of how it winds up gelling during the season?
Yeah, I mean, like he said, we're very young this year, but just seeing everyone grow in their confidence and their trust in the offense has been huge. I mean, building connections with these young players has been, you know, a journey. Like he said, we're able to graduate early in the spring, and so we've been working on this connection for a while and just gaining confidence in each other, and I think we're going to continue on, especially having the coaches in the gym now. It's going to be really exciting what we can put out there.
Ultimately, it comes to conference play with you guys. I mean, obviously, everything's kind of built to get ready for that. With a younger team, do you feel like there's maybe less pressure on them, that they don't maybe, in a way, kind of understand fully the expectations and the target when you guys?
Yeah, honestly, every time I talk about this, it doesn't sound real, but I think the people in our program would tell you that it very much is. I know we have this crazy win streak going on in conference play, and we've won 17 out of 20 championships in Conference USA. I honestly don't feel like our program in general feels a lot of pressure from that. I don't think we think about it. I don't think we talk about it. I don't think we worry about being on a streak or being the defending champion. I think we are so wrapped up in just kind of growing this group into what it can be. And we're so confident that if we do the things that we need to do, that we have the people in the program that can allow us to succeed, that I don't think we focus too much on any of that stuff. We really don't. We don't talk about it. Our staff doesn't. We don't talk about it with the players. We don't talk about, we sit down one time and we talk about what the conference landscape looks like and where we think we're going to fit in it and what we think it's going to take to win it. And, and every year it's a totally different challenge. And I think our program does a really, really good job of not really, it's not that we don't let it affect us. We don't even talk about it. We don't worry about it. We're trying to win the next game. And that part sounds cliche, but it really is truly what our program is wrapped up in. We're trying to be really good this week and learn from it and get better next week. And the product of it has been this, remarkable. The only time it really gets to me is when I sit down in the off season and look at what's going on, what we're in the middle of, because it doesn't seem real, to be honest, because we don't really talk about it that much. And I don't feel that this young group feels the pressure to keep something going. We really honestly don't think that way. I think this group of kids is super excited about what they think they have the possibility to be. I know there's a ton of confidence from me and our coaching staff in what we're seeing when we walk in that gym. And I think there's a ton of confidence in those kids in jerseys that we have a staff put together that knows how to get us there. And so it's time to get to work and see where we end up.
Conference is always feels like it's always kind of changing. What dynamic do you think a Delaware and a Missouri State's going to bring to this conference?
Both good programs, both have great tradition. I beat this drum last year over and over and over about Conference USA. People need to not get it twisted that because we've been so dominant in this league that somehow it's not a competitive league, because there are really, really good coaches in this league right now, and there are emerging teams and programs, and we understand the work we have cut out for us. The depth of this league, and that's what Delaware and Missouri State will add to it, is the quality of who you have to show up and play night in, night out continues to get more and more impressive throughout the year. Last year, FIU was the team that barely qualified for the conference tournament. Okay, barely qualified for the conference tournament, and we went to FIU last year and beat them in 5, beat them in 5 again, and then went to the tournament and played them in the first round of the tournament and had to win a 32-30 set to end up not in a 5th set in the first round of the tournament. So you can look at us and say, boy, we're dominant, or you can understand that there are a lot of emerging programs that have quality coaches that are going to be a challenge, and certainly Delaware and Missouri State will fit in that mix nicely.
Coach, I feel like you were remiss not to bring up you're getting a statue in just a few months. Just what does that mean to you, along with being conference or inducted into CUSA Hall of Fame, 20 wins from 800, just all of this going on in year 31? What does it mean to you?
It's hard to talk about for me. It's hard to get my mind around. The fact that I'll be, walking in this building every day and walking by that, and I'm incredibly honored. I'm incredibly honored because I feel like I represent them and every player that's ever put that jersey on before them. I feel like I represent them and who they are and what they think about this institution as well. And that means a lot to me. I feel incredibly honored because Western Kentucky means so much to me. And to be honored in that way at a place that I hold in such high esteem is really, really tremendous for me. It would be really uncomfortable for me for the next few months going through this because, I stand on the shoulders of every player that's ever worn that jersey and come through here. And so it's going to be weird that I'm the one that's going to be, quote unquote, put in the spotlight, in that moment. But so it'll be uncomfortable for me as we go through it, but it is an unthinkable honor for me, and it will mean something to me and my family for lifetimes, because my family also understands what this place means to me. And one of the decisions I had to make about it was, did I want that inside Diddle Arena or outside the building? And I felt passionate that I wanted it to be outside the building, because I believe my story is much bigger than just what has happened in Diddle Arena winning some volleyball games. I hope it stands, as a symbol too. I was the first person to ever get a college degree in my family. And I came to Western Kentucky and got 2 jobs and started putting myself through school. And so I hope it stands as hope for every person, in South Central Kentucky and beyond that doesn't know that that's possible in their world. And it can stand to represent that piece of this fine university too, is the doors that it can open for you if you come here and you put your heart into something.
So did y'all lobby to try to get the statue to have one of the scooters let it get?
Oh, that'd be
That would
awesome.
have been a good one.
Listen, there's been plenty of statue jokes. Get in line. There's plenty. I can give you a list, and they'll have plenty more. In the day and age of social media, I can't even imagine what their accounts are going to look like come November. So,
What's it like to actually have a healthy coaching staff this year?
I mean, they do so much for us, and like last season, obviously, some crazy incidences, but just having everyone in the gym, it just means so much. I mean, they pour into us every day. They really are the perfect staff for us, and we're so excited.
yeah, we'd rather not revisit that. We pulled that off last year. We'd rather not have to do that again. Don't we think? We'd rather not have to do that again.
Well, you got the red and white scrimmage coming up this weekend. What are you looking to get out of something like that?
Yeah, it's coming quick, right? We're doing the Bellarmine exhibition match a week from Saturday, and so when you started looking at our preseason calendar, this Saturday was where that fit in. And the red white is always a fun day for us, because it gives our players a chance to put a uniform on and play in front of anybody that wants to come watch. And again, it's free admission. Anybody that wants to come out and get a early look at our team. Saturday would be an opportunity to do that, but then, as you know, we follow it up with a youth clinic, a free youth clinic for all of the kids that play in the Warren County Youth Leagues, and then I'll do my volleyball one-on-one session. Anybody that wants to come and learn about our sport. There are so many people still that say, I love watching you guys play, I just wish I knew more about the sport. This is your day to come find out more. I will bring anybody who's interested in this room, and we'll sit down and I'll answer questions about what does this mean, and how come you do this, and why do you miss so many serves, and why do you all the millions of questions that we get, and try to educate people, because again, we got something really special going on with this program in this community, and the more eyes we can get on them, the more the momentum will continue to build.